Welcome to our preview of the Spanish GP in Jerez de la Frontera. Today we'll take a look at the most crucial spots of the circuit, last year's results, and our predictions for the pole position, the sprint, and the main race. Let's start with a deep dive into the circuit using gameplay footage from MotoGP 23. Turn 1 is the well-known sharp right-hander. In the past, we've seen Rossi, back then on a Ducati, crashing and taking out Casey Stoner whilst trying to overtake him. Turn 2 also always guarantees spectacle. In 2023, we saw Quartararo and Oliveira come together here. Then we move on to Turn 3, which seems innocuous at first glance. But in 2020, perhaps the most defining high side in recent history occurred here. Marc Marquez crashed out hard, his bike hitting his arm and breaking it. Since then, we've had 3 new world champions, and Marquez hasn't even come close. After the fast turns 4 and 5, we approach Turn 6, Curva Dani Pedrosa, following the long straight. This corner often sees action, with legends Dovizioso, Lorenzo, and Pedrosa recently coming together. Next is the stadium section with a mix of fast and slower turns, setting everything up for the ultimate conclusion of a lap, namely Turn 13, Curva Jorge Lorenzo. This final turn has been providing some of the most amazing moments in the last laps of GPs for decades. World champions have met here. Alex Crivier and Mick Doohan, Rossi and race winner Gibernau, and most recently, Marc Marquez and Jorge Lorenzo. Every year, on Sunday in one of the 3 classes, there is a memorable moment, a true gem for the sport. Over the past 3 years, Ducati has clinched the victory in the main race here at Jerez. Bagnaia hasn't been performing spectacularly this year, and it seems like the perfect moment for other teams to dethrone the Ducati factory team at Jerez. Over the past 3 years, Ducati has clinched the victory in the main race here. Bagnaia hasn't been performing spectacularly this year, and it seems like the perfect moment for other teams to dethrone the Ducati factory team. Apart from Bagnaia, Ducati has several favorites at the starting line, particularly Jorge Martin, Marc Marquez, and Enea Bastianini. However, a victory for Ducati this year is far from certain. In 2023, KTM performed very strong here, and although the factory team has struggled to keep up with the top this year, the Gas team with rookie Pedro Acosta is a huge contender for the win. After 2 consecutive podium finishes, this could be the ultimate opportunity for the teenager to win his first MotoGP race. Then there's Aprilia and the unleashed Maverick Viñales. Viñales secured pole position, the sprint race, and the main race in the previous match in Texas. Particularly in the twisty sections, Batmav dominated the race, something that seems to suit the Spanish circuit well. Our prediction: we expect another highly exciting Spanish GP. Our pick for pole position: Maverick Viñales. We anticipate an unleashed Viñales with an Aprilia that on paper seems excellent for this track. Top 3 for the sprint race: 1. Jorge Martin, 2. Maverick Viñales, 3. Pedro Acosta. Jorge Martin appears to be the king of sprint races, and we expect him to stand on the highest step again in Spain on Saturday afternoon. Then, our top 3 for the main race. On the top step, we expect Maverick Viñales, then finishing second behind Batmav, Jorge Martin. Finally, on 3rd position and another podium, Pedro Acosta. It's always difficult to predict in advance, but we expect Batmav to set a very high pace and rhythm in the main race. Title favorite Jorge Martin will certainly be close by and is expected to be the best Ducati. For Pedro Acosta, we are riding on the recent successes of the rookie sensation. Additionally, do not forget Marc Marquez and both Ducati factory riders, as it would not surprise us if they disrupt our predictions. Spanish GP fan experience and atmosphere. In 2023, the Spanish GP saw a strong attendance with over 163,000 visitors throughout the weekend, which was about average for the overall calendar that year. The circuit is quite remote, which is primarily why the visitor numbers aren't extremely high. However, the atmosphere is always excellent, with packed stands during the races and a fantastic ambiance. With that, we've come to the end of our preview of the Spanish GP, using the MotoGP 23 video game as our guide. If you'd like to see other aspects discussed in the video, please let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, enjoy the race this weekend, and see you in the next video.